Same thing for Jackie and LOD, who are both on very strong comfort champions. But then you look over to vVv and you see Don't Mash Me down there. He's on Lucian, and a strong Mordekaiser pick for Cheese Beluga there in mid.
Yep, and the most unorthodox thing we're going to see tonight is that Mordekaiser. We saw Wukong, we've seen Victor, we've seen Jace, but Mordekaiser here is probably the most unorthodox. And going up against Gragas in that mid lane could be very interesting. A lot of pigs going down as we do see them poking on a Cheese Beluga pretty heavily. And kind of just some defensive lines coming in. Jackie maybe actually wanting to go in at the Cheese Beluga and try to get a summer out of him. He's not that mobile. We do see Lopelli avoiding his vision. He will be running around. And they're heading up top towards that Tri-Brush where Beeson is sitting. Where are they going to go? They're going to funnel in, and Beeson will spot them out and just use Broken Wings to get right on out of there. And actually, are you going to go back in? I don't think he will.
The Riven pick for Beeson. It's nice to see him up there, not on, his appropriately named Lee Sin, but still wanting to check that Tri-Brush out. Probably shouldn't head too near there, but is pinging out the rest of his team. There's a Trinket Ward just to make sure that's safe and sound. But yeah, top jungle belongs to LOL Pro. Bottom jungle, a couple of wards there, as well as Porpoise Pops, Godshoe, and Don't Mash Me. All there, looking to just straight away red buff. Says you probably won't see too much level 1 aggression, just because you don't actually get all that much gold for getting early kills. So there's actually, going to be a nice sweeping lens to clear out that early Tri-Brush Trinket Ward.
Yeah, and lane swaps coming in here. It's going to be that Leona Sivir against the Riven matchup. It's going to be really hard for him to farm, as well as it looks like some XP was soaked up there for Haunter and the red buff helping out that Evelyn jungle that started a blue potion. So we'll see how that affects his ganking, as we saw it earlier happen, and it was just really hard to get not to get away from, but a ton of burst damage that you really wouldn't expect early on from an Evelyn jungle.
Yeah, the blue potion is actually pretty standard for Evelyn jungles, because giving you the extra cooldown reduction on Hate Spike really speeds up your early jungle. That and the extra ability power, both things that Evelyn uses very well. Death Sentence misses there from Godshoe underneath the turret there as Haunter does get flayed back out there. A couple of turret shots though on Godshoe. Trade that damage right back.
A ton of damage there. Are they going to look for a dive? There is Ignite available, and he hits level 2, so he can burn out away if anything. It looks like we do have, actually, Heaven Time coming up top right now. Gonna maybe look for a dive here when that cannon wave does hit the turret, so keep an eye on that one. We do have Porpoise Pops making his way up there as well, so it could be a 2v3, and they actually could run into each other in that brush, but Porpoise Pops is taking the safer route. This is gonna be the fight underneath the turret here. Stun comes in from the Shield of Daybreak. There is the Boomerang Blade as well. Beeson gonna look to hold on to the flash for a little bit, gets the knockup, but they still get the first blood. Porpoise Pops gets that one. He pops the speed again, gets away, and with that Beeson dying a second after, they will give it over to Heaven Time, so a nice counter game for Porpoise Pops, and nets him the first blood.
And there's actually the minion wave cleared out by Porpoise Pops. That means that Heaven Time and LOD kind of behind enemy lines for now. We'll have to see if they get punished for being so far overextended. But with Beeson just now coming back to lane and still only level 2, be a rough job for them. Heaven Time only level 3, same thing for LOD, and level 4 Porpoise Pops. Even though that was a 1-for-1, I actually like that trade for vVv. They were able to counter the dive as well as get a very strong jungler off the back of that. But now, you gotta look towards that mid lane. Cheese Beluga versus Jackie. Actually nice to see a very healthy shield there on Cheese Beluga, as Jackie's busy taking turret shots.
Yeah, he doesn't want to do that one, but still the natural sustain coming in from Gragas is pretty good.
Another
Beeson
dive
comes up top. The Undertow is gonna get reset. Lopelli looking for potentially a Zenith Blade. There's going to be a sort of sled on the wave, and they'll get a few more auto attacks in on that turret, but they will be forced to back out eventually, as Porpoise Pops is sneaking his way in. He's level 4, he's still got that blue pot activated, still has double buffs for a little bit. I'm wondering if he's going to hang around up here to try to do a 2v2. As the pink orb was placed, he's going to walk through it. There are pings onto him right now, and that's going to signal Heaven Time to come right on back up and try to counter gank this. And the speed is popped. Undertow connects, and he's forced to flash away through the slow right now. Lopelli gonna look for the Zenith Blade through the wall, just out of range. That umbrella tip not long enough, and he is now down a summoner in that flash, so it could be pretty dangerous.
He actually could have saved his flash if he had had the Dark Frenzy up, but he actually used that for mobility early on. Didn't cleanse off the slow there from that Undertow. So You know, it's going to be a summoner down, but probably shouldn't need that if he decides to just, you know, farm things out. But if you're Evelyn, you want to go for early ganks, so I'll have to check that out and keep an eye there. Don't mash me and got you. Bottom lane, putting a lot of damage down there onto the turret. Death Sentence will miss. Could see a flay back on Haunter, but he's pretty much full health. Doing a good job of clearing out that wave. Haunter hasn't gotten dove at all, whereas B-Sin has been having a little bit of extra pressure up there from Heaven Time. We probably won't head back up top.
Yeah, I don't think he will either. We're going to see the push come in. This turret is going to be taken out about half in this wave. We do have B-Sin able to wave clear, just holding on to his cooldowns. So going to sit back a little bit here and just last it as much as possible. Lopali can't really harass too much underneath turret without getting some tower aggro like that and even a turret shot. But the first turret of the game will go over to Mashmi and Got You in that bot lane.
That's going to be vVv with a little bit of extra early gold coming their way, and with Porpoise Pop sitting around that dragon, that actually could be the next objective for vVv. Now, Heaven Time is going to drop a ward over the wall, so he knows what's going on. Porpoise Pop's content to start that out, but will LOL Pro have something to say about that? Top turret's going to go down, looking for the dive.
Death Sentence connects on the Heaven Time by a Dragon Pit right now. He gets flayed backwards. He's not level 6. Can he get away? He throws in the Undertow to stop Porpoise Pops from chasing any further, but he still ends up falling. Don't mash, he picks up that kill. Dragon's going to go down. The tier 1 on the top lane goes down, but still the global gold will go over to the side of vVv. Throughout all
trading out the top turret for Dragon was okay because vVv had already taken down the bottom turret. So overall, the net gold advantage for them, up about 1,200 gold currently. Cheese Beluga, man, really putting on the pressure. Mid lane able to keep a very healthy shield. Top lane, rather. B-Sin actually able to force away the dual lane of LOD and LOH.
Yeah, and now Cheese Beluga, level 6 in that lane, has the ultimate. And if he can actually get a clone of Lod or I would say Haunter, that could be really big at the late stage of the game. And it's like having an extra champion, pretty much. They just get extra auto attacks, and the auto attacks actually apply the passives too from the 80 carries, which is pretty fun. You'd see a little bit of a sped up Civ or two. And no gunslinger passive though for Lucian if he were to ever somehow get his own teammate's ghost, which would be pretty cool. He's not Yorick, but you know.
And the great thing about getting a clone of Gragas is that Children of the Grave gives you a percentage of your target's ability power and attack damage. Usually you'd only get the AP part of that from, you know, killing an AP carry, but with Gragas you actually get a ton of AD from the Drunken Rage, so it beefs that stat up even more. There's the all-in on a Cheese Beluga, but it really just takes off the shield.
Yep, and now at this point, Cheese Beluga can absorb full combos, full barrels if he wants to with that, if he can actually keep the shield up, which is going to be the big problem. Got You and Mashmi rotating up top right now, looking to take the turret advantage once again, as this turret will fall. B-Sin comes around the side, he'll come in, and with that, second turret of the game for vVv will go down in that top lane, and just the tier 1 in the mid lane now left. With this blue buff area being a little bit of a gathering point here, we do see Got You scout people out. He's going to look to run away here. Undertow was thrown. Porpoise Pops in that bot lane, farming up, trying to get level 6. LOD is by himself right now. They both are level 6. They have the ultimates available, but with that spell shield, it could be very very hard for Porpoise Pops to secure the kill. Nashmi and Gauchi, though, are going to be relentless and stay up in this top lane.
We're going to see Cheese Beluga farming up the Wraith camp before he goes back into mid. It's going to be a two-man lineup there for LOL Pro. Jackie and Lopali, they're keeping the push on as well. Heaven Time joins Haunter up towards the top. 2v3, so not a whole lot of pressure on vVv to back on off.
Pressure on Cheese Beluga in the mid lane right there. He drops the Children of the Grave Ignite as well onto Jackie. That doesn't look like it's actually going to pick up a kill there, as he does body slam away. B-Sin was coming in from the side, and Death Sentence does whiff off from Gachu. And almost a turnaround in a 1v2.
Yeah, B-Sin's level 5. If he had been level 6, he just would have been able to win/ult kill Jackie there, so didn't want to play that too carefully, but or too riskily rather, as he was not level 6 just yet. B-Sin's heading down bottom lane, looking to get a gank off onto Lod, but I think he actually saw him heading down, so backing way far off of that. Does not want to get taken out, but now we'll need that spell shield. There's actually on the hunt LOD a little bit scared of the gank, didn't know who else was coming to join Beeson down bottom.
Speaking of gank right now, Godshoe looking to throw the Lancer to keep Don't Mash Me safe. Is he going to pull it? He's actually trying to pick up Heaven Time, but cannot do it while Haunter is focusing down Godshoe. The White actually following all the way through. Death Sentence connects. There's the Dragon's Breath. It's an Ignite. The Flay isn't in time to get him away from the auto attack, but the Ignite and the auto attacks from the minions and a Ward Drop with an auto attack from Don't Mash Me picks up the kill, as that was really well played, but they still fell 2 for 1 in favor of Lolpro as a sneaky attempt from Beast and his Porpoise Pops, maybe looking to catch out Lod.
Lod's actually going to stay down bottom and farm, and I like that decision. I don't think that he's in too much danger. Stealth, there's the initiate underneath the turret. Flash over the wall from B-Sin. LOD's in LO trouble.
And there's the Wind Slash, but it will not be enough to pick up the kill, and he will be able to flash and keep himself safe. Almost trading B-Sin for that one too with how much damage he took from the turrets. So really nice job by Lod to stay alive, and we do have Lolpally roaming around. They have pings on him, they have wards in the red side of the jungle, and they will just completely disengage and go back into their base and trying to pick up more items.
Yeah, LOD almost lost the last letter of his name as it was taken there by vVv, but it's going to stay alive at least for now. Did have to play very defensively, and so nice micro in that department. Heaven Time and Lolpally there to keep him safe for now, as Lolpro, they're looking to take down another global objective. They're down 1-3, 2 turrets and a dragon there in the favor of vVv. We'll take down this bottom turret. At least they should. There's actually the engage through the turret onto Godshoe.
Yeah, but Porpoisoft is on the side right now. Death Sentence connects, pulls Lod in. They get stunned. They get the Ignite. They're going to get the kill. B-Sin gets that one, chasing down Lod now as the knockup will connect. Auto attack comes in. B-Sin gets a double kill. Ragnarok activated for Heaven Time right now as Porpoise Pops is going to try to dodge away. He flashes from the undertow as well as pops that Dark Frenzy. There's a stun to come in. Godshoe going to flay him away as trying to bait him away, and Pops, Porpoise Pops, at that will get that kill, and that's a 3 for none, as well as Hijack got fairly low from the Children of the Grave, and Don't Mash Me using the culling up top to harass out Haunter, and Haunter is dangerously low as well.
Haunter low, but still at the turret. Will lose the turret. Just grabbing that last bit of CS. As Don't Mash Me will secure the 3rd turret kill of the game for, I'm so used to saying Team Coast, but it's actually vVv. So he is subbing in here tonight for Tails. Cheese Beluga has been doing a great job at that mid lane, keeping up in CS, does now have the Hextech Revolver and Seeker's Arm Guard. A couple interesting things about Mordekaiser. A lot of people play tank Mordekaiser, but you really do need that 21 in offense just to keep up your shield after it was very, very heavily nerfed. So it's 21 offense, but he's running 6% spell vamp from Quintessences there in his masteries, as well as a ton of flat AP. So that's why you see the shield come up so big so often, because he actually has a lot of spell vamp to mitigate some of the health costs from his abilities.
Pink Ward gets dropped out. They clear that one out with a simple little love tap. We have Tiamat completed up for B-Sin. He's going in onto Lolpally right there. Chunks away for about a 1/3 of his HP, or a 1/4. I don't know. Whatever increment you want to use. Pink Ward is in that brush right there. Auto attacks coming down, and sometimes these Pink Wards, they're kind of tricky. You're just like, oh no, there's not going to be a ward in this brush. You just walk right by it, and you're like, oh, there was a Pink Ward in this brush. It's just so awkward to adapt to having a fully visible Pink Ward now.
Blue buff is going to be taken away there by Cheese Beluga. Will secure that for himself. Cooldown's a great thing to have on Mordekaiser. You can see Children of the Grave now down to just 100 seconds on the cooldown. Death Sentence reaches, not going to find anything right there. Just throwing just about everything but the kitchen sink. Chakrams, axes, hooks, everything in the mid lane, but nothing landing just yet. Godshoe scouts out, has the lantern. He's going to pull Don't Mash Me all the way down there towards Dragon, which is the next objective there for vVv.
Porpoise Pops is in a really good spot right now. He gets a 4-man ultimate, as well as a Death Sentence on the Lod, who cannot shield that one. Tries to shield the Flay, but it's not enough. Ignite comes through. Mash Me picks up the kill. There was a Solar Flare used to try to stop Mash Me, but it wasn't enough. Haunter in the backline picks off V-Sin. Now the culling, as well as the hate spikes from Porpoise Pops, net Heaven Time to become a ghost for Cheese Beluga, who will now control him. Haunter going to go through the turret. One shot. Oh no, just one shot, and he will be able to get away as Porpoise Pops tries to focus his attention to that dragon. There were pings there, and he will disengage, as that fight was actually really good for the side of vVv.
And you can see with the amplified stats, it's actually 100 AD, almost 100 ability power there for Cheese Beluga. He did have that, does have that Heaven Time. Goes the flash hook, not hitting there, so a nice play attempt for Godshoe, but unable to land it just yet.
No, and Now, they're going to rotate towards Dragon. They feel strong, they feel confident. Pink Ward going to get taken out here. Nijaki just...
Great
there.
capitalization there by Don't Mash Me, who has more than just those 3 letters in his name. Nice to see Dragon as well. And second Dragon, 4th turret, and a lot of global gold going there towards vVv. 5,000 gold lead here at the 15-minute mark. Monster comes back to base. We'll see if Lol Pro can trade back a middle turret. They are pushing that in. But with all 4 members there for vVv, it's just going to be Cheese Beluga coming back from base. Can vVv keep this turret alive?
It looks like they're trying to lay into it as much as possible. The damage from Don't Mash Me doing a ton with that Bloodthirster. There's a shield to stop the death sentence there, as Law does not want to be pulled into that fight. And they will disengage, and vVv still holding on to this tier 1. There's a huge wave up top that needs to be responded to, as it looks like they're going to send Mash Me up there, and they might actually give up this turret.
Mid turret should go down on this next push unless Cheese Beluga wants to get in there. Hanser just runs forward. Death sentence down there. Will they be able to burst him? No, way too tanky with that Sunfire Cape. Cheese Beluga just going to be content to clear that wave out. Once again, keeping up in CS and will actually exceed CS there if he takes the Wraith Camp. Walks on by just to place a ward and will return for the farm. Lol Pro taking down all 3 outer turrets. Now looking towards probably no objectives, just farming things up, want to get to their next tier of items. You can already see at least the first tier bought out by just about everyone. Bloodthirster, Athene's Unholy Grail, Spirit of the Ancient Golem, and Sunfire Cape respectively. And there's actually the completion of the Talisman of Ascensions, so that's going to combo really well with On the Hunt, the ultimate there from LOD, just giving a lot of area of effect move speed buffs to Lol Pro.
And look at Gachu. He's 0, 1, and 7. He's got a Giant's Belt and a Talisman of Ascension, so he is a tanky monster right now. I wonder if he's going to go for a Randuin's or a Sunfire Cape or maybe Frozen Mallet. Could be cool. We'll see where he goes from with that one, as there's a lot of whole options he could go for on Thresh.
Cheese Beluga actually doesn't like completed items. He's just kind of sitting around with a little bit of everything in his inventory. Hasn't decided what he wants to finish just yet. I'd like to see the Zhonya's first, but he also could go for the, I'm thinking the Ruby Crystal into a Spirit, or either Spirit Visage or Haunting Guise, depending on whether or not he wants to go aggressively or defensively there for items. B-Sin's up top is going to be able to push that out very, very effectively. Nobody moving to stop him just yet. Heaven Time probably will make his way up there, but there's no more turrets top lane, so B-Sin's got a long way to push.
He does have a very long way to push. He could just let that wave push on by itself. Vlad is up there to respond, though. He'll get a lot of tasty farm out of that. And speaking of farm, 150 for Don't Mash Me. He's a little bit ahead of Vlad right now. We do see initiation attempts as well as the Lantern pull in to Mash Me to try to catch up to the rest of the low pro group. But either way, Beeson's kind of sitting up that blue brush, camping it out, waiting to see if anybody is going to bite the bullet and go up there. But now the push is reversed, and vVv are trying to get a tier 2 in the mid lane.
Lol Pro grouping up will stop vVv from getting in there for now, but they're going to have a rough time defending this next push because a couple of things are going to happen. A, you're going to see Cheese Beluga at some point go back and spend 1,000 gold. He might be saving up for a needlessly large rod if he wants to go for Zhonya's, but either way, he's got a lot of strength left to come. A couple of big items being completed there. It's actually a Zhonya's Hourglass completed after a Spirit of the Spectral Wraith, so Porpoise Boss, man, that guy's ahead. You can see as far as net worth's concerned, is the second highest on his team, next to Don't Match Me, who's 4-1 with 162 CS. So the jungle, 80 carry, both very strong roles there for vVv. It'll be interesting to see how Lol Pro deal with not only having to stop the stealth initiate from Porpoise Boss, but dealing with Don't Mash Me in the back.
If they can deal with Don't Mash Me, if they can get a good explosive cast from Nijaki, it can pretty much be over for him, and he'll be forced to blow all of his summers to get out. But there's an initiation from Talon Session, as they are going to activate the sword for V-Sin, going with the Sun, Lol Pally not long for this world, but now Porpoise Pop's going to use that Zhonya's Hourglass that he has, while Heaven Time is going to get taken down by the Culling. And the Ignite from Beluga picks up that one as Beeson is trying to run away. Haunter goes in with the Dragon's Descent, drops it down to the Porpoise Pops. Beeson trying to chase after Haunter right now, but cannot get it. Drops to the Ignite, but it's not enough. The Ardent Blaze comes in, and the Dragon's Breath from Haunter picks up the double kill, while Nijaki kites away, and that was a 2 for 3. Actually, no, a 2 for 2 still overall, as We see Gachu flanking around the side, but will not actually be able to catch off Nijaki, or cut him off, excuse me, as the Cannon Minion will survive. Not for long, though, as it does fall to the barrel there. He goes behind them, misses the flay, pops out the Lantern to absorb that last turret shot for Don't Match Me, and the back pings are coming in frantically. Low Pally does not connect the Zenith Blade, looking to come in, has the Shield of Daybreak, stuns up Gachu, pops the Talisman, Heaven Time, looking to come in with the axes, but cannot connect it, so they will back off successfully, and that was still a very even team fight.
So for right now, we actually did see the Haunting Guise completed, so a ton of mid-tier items there on Cheese Beluga's Mordekaiser. He's going to go ahead, get a shield up and a blue buff there, as Dragon's up at 30 seconds. Gachi returns to base. We'll pick up some extra ward coverage. Like you said, he does have that Giant's Belt and now a Cloth Armor, so that would signal a Randuin's Omen coming out. But we haven't seen that just yet. Like you mentioned, could go for that Sunfire Cape as well. 6-1, 2 more kills going Don't Match Me's way after that team fight. And he has that kind of Legolas build. It's the Spellcaster build with the Last Whisper Bloodthirster. Now looking for that Zeal into Phantom Dancer for him. It's everything but the Last Whisper there for LOD, who's a little bit behind a combined 0-6 for the bottom lane of LoL Pro.
Alright, 0-6, not the best, but we've seen people come back from worse and bigger deficits. Pink wards come through into the Dragon Pit. They're going to be able to spot out that ward. Will there be a steal from Heaven Time, though? The culling comes in from the side. Zoning out Heaven Time. He gets caught into the Death Sentence. Explosive Cask comes in from Nijaki, but does not seal it. Corpus Pop's on point with those smites right there, and will be able to grab that over for the side of vVv. And Heaven Time now, without his Ragnarok, this next fight could be very crucial for them. Or there won't be a fast enough push from vVv, as they are going to look to try to contest this blue buff and rotate over there, while Lod does pick up red.
Third dragon in a row as the strong gets stronger there for vVv, and now a blue buff stolen away. Going to be double buffs there on Don't Match Me. It's actually just 2, so only 1 on Cheese Beluga, but a couple of things to check out. All right, so for 1, a lot of buffs controlled there by vVv. 2, global objectives all game long have been something they've been looking for. When you look at the turret game, they are ahead 1 turret, and that is the second tier turret taken down in the top lane. But as they look for their next objective, would expect to see them either try to clear out ward coverage, try to control the vision game, but that's actually something that's that LoL Pro are actually doing a pretty good job with. They will need to clear out their upper jungle, though, if they do want to reclaim a little bit of security out on the map.
Corpus also is training with Hollister's down bot, but they just back off both respectively, just like, yeah, I'm done trading with you, we're good. Cheese Beluga was coming to back up anyway. Nijaki gonna clear out some wraiths, and I'm trying to figure out where they want to go from this point, because it's kind of just been a little bit of trades back and forth. Dragon's still going in favor of vVv heavily. They have that gold lead, as you can see, and Beeson, he's getting to a good point now. He's got the Hydra finish. When he picks up the Last Whisper, it could be dangerous. Nijaki, waiting on the side, decides not to initiate anything just yet, waiting for the perfect moment. The ward gets dropped over the wall there. He'll be spotted out, and now vVv will play it safe.
So for right now, the push continues. Just a lot of wave clear there. Cheese Beluga has yet to complete, like we said, his first big item. But a lot of mid-game strength, and that's exactly where we are. 21 minutes or into the game. Death Sentence there on to Heaven Time. The culling just to zone the rest of LoL Pro off the turret. Ragnarok forced out, as well as Heaven Time himself. So he's going to head back to base, and the push continues for vVv.
And with that Ragnarok down, he took a ton of damage through that. And we do see them still holding on barrels. We'll be able to clear out waves very easily, as well as the Boomerang Blade and Bouncing Blades. We do see as they're kind of grouping up. They're staying a little spread out. Gachi may look for a Death Sentence around. There could be a dive attempt. Cheese Beluga has the Children of the Grave available. If anything, if they get a clone, it looks like the Explosive Cast does knock 2 in. The Agony's Embrace comes in from Evelyn, and that is going to be ult for ult traded out there. There's nothing else to follow up.
Alright, so the push continues, and I'm going to say the push continues a lot, because that's all vVv are doing right now. They're just sitting in one lane, content to push this out. Now, they will have to clear out that top lane. It's going to be pushing in away from LoL Pro up there. Things down on the top, or onto bottom as well. As vVv, they're content to sit here, look for a dive, look for more kills, but will need to back off and clear out their side lanes here in just a minute.
Yeah, there's one building up slowly up top, which Beeson looks like he's going to go respond to. In the bot lane, it looks like Cheese Beluga, excuse me, is going to go respond to that one. And now, Low Pro, they find their time to get a little extended and go for that tier 2 in the mid lane, respectively, as they all have a 5v4, and maybe force Beeson to stop pushing up this top lane. The culling comes out, the wave is cleared, and we are back at a stalemate. Oh, Destiny's out a lot?
Yeah?
Oh, I can't do anything else.
This time the stalemate's just, you know, a few feet
So
down
close.
the lane. But yeah, it's kind of on a knife's edge. It's whoever gets that big first pick, whether it's the engage from Hanser or if it's going to be like death sentences landed by Godshoe. But I think word there from him will be able to secure out just a little bit of extra coverage. Time diving pretty low, but the hook on the Nijak.
Wow, a 3-man box comes through as well as an explosive cast. It's going to be Beeson picking up the kill on Nijak. He gets another one with a wind slash, chasing up the Hanser right now. Children of the Grave, the Ignite comes through, and they get a Shyvana clone now. Unfortunately, not in Dragon's Descent form. We do see the Boomerang Blade as well as the Bouncing Blade come through. Porpoise Pops uses the Zonia's Hourglass to live through that one. They're going to chase on a lot here. Beeson comes over the wall, looking to flank from the side. He's going to throw on that AoE damage aura from Cheese Beluga. They flash forward, they get the Agony's Brace. Lot is going to be the target. He gets blown up by the Piercing Light, as well as the Gunslinger passive, and Heaven Time gets chased out here as Porpoise Pops picks it up with the Hate Spikes, and that is going to be a 5-for-none ace in favor of vVv.
Perfect team fight by vVv. Cheese Beluga even getting that ghost of Hanser there. We'll have Shyvana around for just a little bit, but something to point out is that I was talking about which team got the better engage, which team got the better pick. They actually both kind of went at it at the same time. The only problem is that the hook onto Jackie meant that he died first, and without that big amount of burst damage to get onto either Don't Mash Me or especially Cheese Beluga. Beluga just went nuts in that fight. There's a straight up death cap purchased as soon as he goes back to base. Death cap from nothing. Probably going to be abbreviating that as decap as he gives it to LOL Pro. Now up to 329 ability power. Coming out of base, a very strong Mordekaiser indeed.
And I'm wondering if he's going to go for a Hexagon Blade, but actually Jackie was forced to flash out from his own blue buff, as it will be stolen away. Mashy picks it up. There's oncoming pings from the side of LOL Pro. They want to go in here. Gosh is going to be the target. They take him out as Lod gets that kill. He even shields the Wind Slash. Cheese Beluga comes in from the side, though, picks up the kill, goes on the killing spree, pops the ultimate onto LOL Pally, and Heaven Time is going to get taken out here. So Don't Mash Me chases in, flashes forward, looking for a slow onto Lod with that red buff. Flashes over the wall, while meanwhile on the back of the tier 2 in the mid lane, Porpoise Pops getting chased down by Hanser. Will be able to get out of there, and the push onto the tier 2 will commence as Don't Mash Me picks up that one. And they might try to pressure Inhibitor Turret. I don't know if they're going to go for that one. Cheese Beluga is joining the party, and it looks like they will get some damage onto it and be forced to back out, unless Masher wants to keep beating into it, as he uses the Relentless Pursuit to back out.
Yeah, Hanser's actually really strong, but he stacked up nothing but armor. Has 61 ability power, or 61 magic resistance. So Cheese Beluga, we've seen him blow Hanser up a couple of times, and now especially with that decap, looking to make that a little bit easier. Porpoise Pop's very low after almost dying to Hanser, but hey, a dragon's a dragon, and that will be the 4th dragon in a row of the game for vVv.
Very good, but now, LOL Pro gonna go into this Baron pit, attempt to start the Baron, be spotted out by a ward, disengage. There is the Shield of Daybreak and the extra armor and magic resist from that one. It pops, but nobody else is around. Pink Ward battles come through, no death sentence for that one. Barrel connects on the 2. Giant Jackie gonna knock Ashu into the middle of the party, but he plays in boxes. Cannot get out though, as Giant Jackie using his own Zonia's Hourglasses. He's still gold, that looks really weird. And Hanser will be getting out of there with the Dragon's Descent. Nobody else can chase onto him. It looks like everybody else getting out of there just fine, but it's a 1-for-none in favor of LOL Pro, and is Zonia's active still going? That was weird.
It's actually a 2-for-0 as Beeson
Oh.
and Godshoe both died there. Great bait there at the Baron. They backed off just in time. Heaven Time actually almost got taken out, but as soon as vVv decided, hey, Olaf's the guy we want to kill, immediately you got this cocoon of protection around him from Jackie, starting that off by killing Godshoe, and then there's not a whole lot you can do to stop the Ragnarok to Olaf running away. Heaven Time able to survive, and a nice turnaround. A couple of kills coming there for LOL Pro, and for vVv, they are ahead. Yeah, they're up about 10 kills, 11,000 gold lead, but the game's not over just yet.
It's not over at all. as the wards do get cleared out at that Baron side. Cheese Beluga did a good job with that one. We're seeing Lowpole group up in the mid lane, as well as setting Beast in from vVv's side to deal with the waves and push him out. We're going to see Lod go deal with top, and a 4-man push attempt from vVv here to do some more damage to that inhibitor turret. It has healed up a little bit, as it did change in the last patch that it does heal. There is a culling onto Nijaki, and he gets taken down to half, and nobody else follows up, unfortunately, for some extra damage, but still getting chunked out. He will back off and just go back to sending barrels into the lane.
Now, as far as the lane's concerned, definitely something we should take a look at. Bottom lane, about to lose its second tier turret. Tops was gone a long time ago, and after middle fell previously, that's all outer turrets gone for LOL Pro. They're going to have their work cut out for them, but they also have a ton of wave clear between just Sivir as a whole. Jackie's got a lot under his belt and should actually have a death cap there, but has the Zhonya's instead, going for a little bit more of a defensive build. And after getting death sentenced a couple of times in his last 2 fights, definitely wants to make sure he has that Zhonya's to stay alive.
The flank comes in now. Porpoise Pop's looking for an Agnes Embrace. Can he get in at the Heaven time? He does get the slow. Gonna force the Ragnarok to lock the outside, but a beautiful solar flare to come in onto 3 members as Hauser goes in with the Dragon's Ascent, but nobody else was there to follow up. And now they have a Children of the Grave Ghost on that Shyvana, and Hauser can tank a Baron just fine in Ghost form.
The Death Cap actually amplifies the extra ability power you get from Children of the Graves, so it's even more coming the way there of Cheese Beluga. Now, he didn't actually get... Ooh.
He's trying to be sneaky. He's waiting on the side, out of vision. But vVv still disengaged from that one, and surprisingly, they haven't started Baron just yet. Now they're going to go in, and they're leaving that Shyvana clone, as it did just die. Never mind, they were leaving it outside the pit to scout out. As Gachi now gets a flame on the Heaven time. Beeson pulls the Lantern, gonna go in. Ignite gets dropped, and Mash Me is godlike. As now Lopali is gonna use the Talisman of Ascension to run away. Lot is still waiting in that brush. We do have Nijaki on the side, looking to throw in the explosive cast, trying to attempt to steal here. Barrel comes out, and he gets it!
Jackie
with the barrel! Oh my god, they should call him Nigod, as now he's gonna get knocked up. Is he long for this world? Looks like no, he cannot even press his Zanyas, but he goes down to Cheese Beluga, and everybody else is gonna back out as the Soul Barrel and the explosive cask steal away the Baron.
Alright. Well, Jackie has breathed new life into the LOL Pro lineups. They will take down the first Baron of the game after losing almost every global objective. Baron in their pockets and something desperately needed. It's not quite going to make up for the difference down there in the bottom lane, as Don't Mash Me now incredibly strong. Last Whisper beats Trinity Force and looking for an Infinity Edge coming out next. Could look to turn that into a Mercurial Scimitar with the Quicksilver Sash, but the big things that the Baron are going to help are Heaven Time and Haunter. They get a lot more offensive stats, and when you pile that on top of having built very defensively, really kind of gives you the complete package there. So it'll be nice to see if they, as tanks, not only get that extra offense, but will be able to use the extra sustain to be able to engage fights, then disengage, and stay alive with all that extra regen. But they're going to have a tall order going up against the 12,000 gold lead that previously was there for vVv. Now a little bit more absent as it gets ticked down just a little bit with that extra gold coming towards LOL Pro from Baron.
And the buff is still on. A few members. Lod has it, Haunter has it, Lolpally has it, and does Heaven Time have it? No, he did not. He respawned without it. We do see Porpoise Pops and Beeson now with a GA, so looking to sustain through some of these fights and maybe come back to life. Ward's going to be cleared out here as vVv do group up towards the bot lane. Pinks come in, and I think that's going to put a little bit of a halt on vVv, because with that Baron, Lopro looking really strong. Haunter gonna get spotted out by a ward in that brush there. But the hunt is activated. Lopally looking to go in. Hits the solar flare. Gashu's gonna be the target. He pops the box. The barrel comes in. He is gonna die as Haunter picks up the kill. But up top, Cheese Beluga is split pushing and trying to take down that inhibitor turret by himself. It looks like Beast and everybody else is gonna try to delay them from going back as fast as possible. And they're fighting up top right now. Cheese Beluga is tanking the turret and using his passive, but now we see the lock in the Ascension going in. Beast is going to be the target as well as Porpoise Pops. The Zonius Hourglass, the explosive cast Beastin has the ultimate activity. He's going to pop from the GA. Porpoise Pops comes out of Zonias. He's going to get ignited and taken out by Hollister, while Beastin gets kited by Lon and Nijaki. Don't Match be trying to chase down Hollister, but sees Nijaki on the side, while Heaven Time going to get turned into a ghost here. Cheese Beluga looking to come in with his own little personal buddy, Olaf. Drops Ignite onto Lon, but cannot get it. There's Zonias Hourglass used. Nijaki going to look to get the turn on, but Cheese Beluga eating too many turret shots will fall to the crit. And that is just unfortunate now, as Lopro coming back into this game slowly but surely, and that Baron buff paying off.
Diving through those turrets, especially Cheese Beluga getting way over aggressive, and then the Guardian Angel just kind of worthless there for B-Sin. Revived him, but he died immediately thereafter. The Deathfire Grasp completed onto Porpoise Pops should synergize very well with Cheese Beluga, allowing a much easier Children of the Grave, or Child of the Grave rather, but that combo didn't really work out. They were both in very different places at very different times, and now LoL Pro fired back, and they're coming back in this game, but haven't come back just yet. Dragon going their way is a nice start, as that is the first Dragon taken of the game. 35-minute mark, they finally take it down.
Yep, and let's see. With the inhibitor open and top, could see a 5-man group. Could see more split pushing and leaving B-Sin up there. He's really strong. He's got the Blast Whisper. His GA is on cooldown, so it can be kind of useless for a little bit. And they're going to walk by, drop pink wards, drop wards. On the blue side, they have a 4-man group roaming up there, being very patient, kind of hiding around corners, trying to dodge out stuff. A ward gets dropped, it gets pinged out instantly. We do see them using the sweeping lens, and they're going to go clear. Oh, they actually missed the timing on that ward and do not clear it, as now Lolpro will be able to defend this. Oh, wow, they're using the Hunt as well as the Lock of the Ascension. Ghost comes in. The Speed Crew from Lopro take down B-Sin. Don't Match me on the side with the Culling, not doing enough to get in. He will get the Piercing Light, but it's not enough as Hollister just goes over him with the Dragon's Descent and takes down Gachu. Heaven Time falls down there. There's a Ghost for Cheese Beluga. Low Pally going to be their choice, as they will take him out. Don't Match me barely living on the side there, gets taken out in the end by Lod, as now with that Ghost, it's still a 3v3 technically, as he does give the shield to it. He's letting it tank up a lot of this damage. He's going to charge in a lot. The shield gets popped. He mitigates all the damage. Cheese Beluga coming in from the side, letting Porpoise Pops drop the DFG. The hate spikes come through. Lod, with the help of Nijaki, just body slamming into Cheese Beluga there, taking him out of his Zonias. And now Porpoise Pops, where is he going to go? He's going to get flanked out here, and he's trying to take down Lod, but it's not enough. He pops Zonias. Is he going to be able to get it? It looks like no, as the barrel from Nijaki guarantees the ace and keeps Lod alive. As that is a 5-for-3 in favor of Lopro.
But the double tank lineup from LoLPro did its job completely. Hanser, as soon as Don't Mash Me came into the fight, you notice he actually kept that culling down very early on, and I was like, well, the culling doesn't deal all that much damage. You really want to get in there with auto attacks. As soon as Don't Mash Me goes in for auto attacks, Hanser just dives him, and it was effective, not necessarily at killing Don't Mash Me, was later on killed off by LOD, but it just kept him out of the fight. So when you zone away 10 kills of the 30 there for vVv, you not only take Don't Mash Me out of the fight, but you're also protecting your carry lineup. And if you look at the two members of LoLPro that stayed alive, it was LOD and Jackie, both of whom were able to really clean that fight up for LoLPro. So the game continues. We're at 38 minutes, and after a dominant performance by vVv for the first 20 to 25, LoLPro's starting to show some signs of life. And they were down by a lot more gold than they were before, only down 9,000 now, so slowly, they're clawing and fighting their way back in. Talisman of Ascension used by Gachu, looking to come in and try to catch anybody else out. He flashes Death Sentence. It's not enough to catch on to Nijaki, as Porpoise Pops comes in, drops the ultimate, but a shield from Lod stops that. The crit comes out, and Lod is now godlike. Oh my god, this fight is turning around so hard. The culling onto Heaven Time. We do have Mash Me backing up from that side, and a nice response by Lod to turn on some Porpoise Pops. This game is starting to get so late that weaknesses for early game. We talked about the 0 and 6 bottom lane for LOD and LOH. Now it's actually 7 and 4 the score there for LOD as he does go godlike. There's damage over the wall. Cheese Beluga, we talked about him starting out with very low itemization, but now starting to get those completed. Does have that Will of the Ancients as well. Going in there, just gonna get blown up. Sustains for a very long time. Gonna gain some health back. In the end, will get taken out. He tries to sustain with his passive, and the
spell map he has, but it's not enough. Lot is going to take down Gotchu. Heaven Time is going to throw the true damage on top of that one, and now they're going to go back right onto Baron. Can there be a mirror and steal here from Lowpro? Porpoise is alive. He's running down with home guards. I don't know if he's going to get there in time. That Baron is falling dangerously fast. We're going to see Domashki drop the culling up the side of the wall. It will not pick it up. A smite from Heaven Time will guarantee them that one. And the second Baron of the game is going to go over to Curse.
4 dragons, but no barons for vVv. 2 in the number of barons. The score there for for LOL Pro. Something interesting to notice is that while Jackie was able to steal away the first baron, this one gets taken down free and clear. Culling not able to do anything about that. Don't Mash Me. He's been so strong for so long. The only problem is that now he has to go through a tank line that's really doing work here for LOL Pro. Haunter and Heaven Time both just allowing Jackie and especially LOD to just completely carry out this game for LOL Pro. And I don't know if you're vVv, you got to figure out some answers. And I'm not sure there's any answer that begins with what they need there. LOD going to grab a red buff, come back to that middle lane, red and purple on him. Is there a blue buff? Yeah, Jackie's already got the blue, so this is an incredibly strong push for LOL Pro.
And with this could be a reverse, and the inhibitor turn in the mid lane could fall. We could see a hard engage. I try to combine initiation and engageation there, and this is looking very grim now. vVv, like he said, looking for some way to respond to this. Baron up LOL Pro going to go for an easy outer turret instead in the tier 2 in the bot lane. Stay grouped up as 5 drop wards. Use the Oracle's Lens to clear out everything for Heaven Time. And now, with that Baron, they're going to be able to regen really fast and push this tier 2.
Ashes and dust in the bottom lane as the culling will clear out the wave for now. At least keep the turret alive for a few more seconds. Next wave pushing on in right on schedule. Death Sentence grabs a minion, pulls that in. And there's actually the initiation through the turret.
Nightjackie gets blown up, forces Zonius. Haunter's in the backline right now, dealing with Don't Mash Me, just diving on top of him, but it will go down as Beeson picks up that kill. Mordekaiser picking up the kill, and Nightjackie. Porpoise is running away. Talisman Ascension to follow that one up. They throw the Boomerang Blade, they pick up the kill. Double legendary, double kill for the side of Lod, as now Undertow connects on Nagashi. He's gonna flay. Renwood's Omen comes in the slow. The Zenith Blade, everything. He's gonna blow up. Triple kill for Lod right now. Unfortunately, cannot go for Penta as Match made it back out. Beeson still has GA, and that was a 3 for 2. In favor of Lowpro now, who are going to have Heaven Time just face tank the turret. They do not care. They're going to lay a ton of damage into this one. There is the culling to clear out some of the wave, and it will clear out the whole wave, but not enough to stop them from taking the turret, as the inhibitor now is going to be the target. Laud is going to be able to lay into it, take it down. In a few more auto attacks, Beeson comes in, gets the stun. He's going to chase this one down. Ignite goes down. Don't Mash Me picks up the kill. As he now gets a double kill. He's looking for the triple kill in Heaven Time. He gets it with the Piercing Light and an ace in favor of Lowpro after ace in favor of vVv after Lowpro committed really hard to that inhibitor.
And in honor of Don't Mash Me, I will ask at what coast the kills coming out, the ace there for LOL Pro, was that worth it? Not necessarily sure. They're giving away kills, but they're taking objectives, something they haven't done all game long. Now finally starting to come into their own. Don't Mash Me is going to push down that middle lane, going for their first inhibitor of their own. No Nexus, or no base turret rather, up there in that top lane, and as the rest of vVv push on in, should actually have a pretty decent chance at taking this turret down. There's actually Explosive Cask chunking out Don't Mash Me. Jackie's clearing the wave.
The barrel didn't connect. If that barrel would have connected, that would have been deadly. I could have seen some body slam follows. We do see Oracle's Lens getting used there. Porpoise pops the speed. They're looking for a counter inhib as the wave is slowly pushing into that bot lane. They will try to make the wave now push up in top lane as everything is going back and forth. The inhibitor will fall. 5 members of Lowpro trying to get, 5 members of vVv trying to get out of the base. The box is popped. Everyone's slowed. Gotchu trying to get out. He has Flash. He gets over the wall. Has the lantern if anybody else straggles behind, but he will be able to get out. Heaven Time throws the Undertow, cannot connect it. As now Porpoise Pop's looking for a position to drop the Agony's Embrace. There's the Talisman of Ascension. They force a flash out of, I don't know who that was. It was actually Cheese Beluga. Death Sentence connects into Heaven Time. Dumb Ashes up the wall. Bursts him down. DFG, Agony's Embrace. Heaven Time going to get taken out almost as he gets away. But now Haunts are in the back line going for Gotchu and anybody. He cannot pick anybody up. Just barely getting out of there as the Lantern is well pulling Cheese Beluga to safety. And that is a 1 for none as the life bars are just blinking red all over the place.
But you got to get back to base. There's damage on the Nexus turret. Almost going down, but finally it will be Don't Mash Me returning with Cheese Beluga and Gotchu. Actually saw Porpoise Pops deliberately stick around the Baron area. just to see if LOLpro were going to overextend. They don't. They lose an inhibitor, and now it's actually about a minute and a half, maybe 2 minutes until the bottom inhib respawns for vVv. Keep in mind, lower, about a minute less on the time that it takes the inhibitors to come back up. So vVv will get their inhibitor back sooner, and that means that before long, you're actually going to see the advantage go back in their favor as far as inhibitors are concerned. So they take the top inhibitor, weren't able to push down mid very successfully, but still both teams capable of winning these team fights. There's about a, what is that, 6,000 gold lead. We've seen the gold stretch as far apart as about 12,000, 13,000 in favor of vVv, now cut in half. LOLpro really showing some good defensive strats, but need to keep that up as they do have an inhibitor down.
Yeah, but so does the side of vVv. It's going to be spawning in a couple minutes. We have Baron spawning in a minute and a half now, and the next big fight could be around that point. Dome actually clearing out this wave very easily. He's got Infinity's Edge, he's got Mercurial, he's got Trinity Force. His build is pretty much complete when he sells his boost for Zephyr. Then it's going to be very fun to see the culling, as that'll be a ton of shots. Porpoise Pops has grabbed up his own GA. Now, as everybody is kind of split a little bit from the side of vVv, 2 members down bot, 2 towards the mid, actually 3 members towards bot. Now everybody rushing down that bot lane. Is this going to be a base race? No, actually they're going to back up from vVv. I was about to say.
Right. We have had all of our base races so far after yesterday, but there's actually in the middle base turret going down there. LOD is going to come in there, has a ton of damage there. Turret evaporates, ashes, and dust out as the culling comes out from Don't Match Me just to push them away. Talisman of Ascension will help LOLpro disengage. Top lane's, the inhibitor being down really hasn't affected LOLpro just yet as the minion wave pushed out very, very far, but Baron's back up in 20 seconds, and vVv, they're just gonna go for it.
Alright, they're going to go towards the lane. They're going to get flanked out here on the side. We do have pings coming in. They know that they're coming. NACL looking to come in. What is he going to look for? There's a DFG in response from Porpoise Pops. Going to chunk him out a little bit. There is the Hunt as well as the Locket of the Ascension, or the Talisman of Ascension. We're going to see hate spikes. We're going to see awkward positioning as they're still hanging out towards their blue from the side of LOLpro while vVv get to get this push in the mid lane. They're chunking them out. They're using all the damage. Yeah, he's pulling the minions as well, but they're going to face tank this one. Explosive cast on a Don't Mash Me. He's going to be able to try to tank this one out, but the box as well is Haunter leaping in the back once again. Porpoise Pops, GA gets popped. Beast Sin goes in, gets stunned up by the solo flare. Haunter going to peel Haunter. Oh gosh, he peels Haunter off of Don't Mash Me. They actually pick up 3 kills, and they're going to go for a 4th on LOLpally as the hate spikes continue from Porpoise Pops. It looks like they're going to try to push this game and win as NACL is the ghost. The Children of the Grave coming in huge effect here from Cheese Beluga. LOLpally goes in, trying to delay them as much as possible. Heaven Time not able to follow up. LOLpally falls, and after 47 minutes, it's going to be vVv winning the game over LOLpro.
What a game. 47 minutes. It included things